Hey, I'm Ronald, Director of Masonry Studios. We are a 3D animation and motion design studio. I run the studio's day-to-day operations, and I provide creative direction for our designers, our clients, and our projects, and also manage the resources of the company. So what were the main things I got out of my time at ADM? I think first and most important is the ability to explain our work and explain it well. Every creative assignment in ADM, we had to dive deep into the subject matter to do our research. Firstly, is to ensure that our work will eventually make sense, and secondly, is to back every creative decision that we make and explain them well. I'm super thankful to have gone through this process repeatedly because apparently it's a required skill now on my day-to-day job where I need to explain, discuss, and communicate with advertising agencies, fellow creatives, clients, vendors, freelancers, so on and so forth, to arrive at a good creative solution. So it's actually very much like the schooling days where we have design critiques with our professors and schoolmates. And thinking back, ADM actually provided a really safe and professional space that encourages creative discussion. The next important thing that came out of my time at ADM is having met like-minded individuals, the people. I've met so many driven artists, animators, designers, and filmmakers in my schooling days. And back then, we had our hopes, our creative visions, our stories to tell, and we had very much in common in terms of our desire to push for quality, both in imaging and in storytelling. And now that we have all graduated and become creative professionals, it's actually a really beautiful thing to continue to work together on creative projects on a day-to-day basis and work towards our dreams together. It's actually pretty cool. And lastly, I have to mention that the training and resources in ADM is world class. There was never a lack of space or equipment, and at least for me, I studied animation in ADM. The animation and filmmaking technology was all there. The Cintiqs, green screen, blue screens, motion capture, motion control rigs for cameras, you name it, it's all there. The ADM faculty and staff has been very encouraging and supportive throughout my time at ADM, and I'm very thankful for that. I hope this information helps, and I'll see you. Bye.
Hi, my name is Esther. I'm the founder of Joy Tingle Private Limited and a Forbes 30 Under 30 Health and Science category winner. Since graduating from ADM in 2011, I've commercialized my final year project and brought it to 44 hospitals worldwide in first world to third world clinical settings. The best thing I got out of my time in ADM is actually art history lessons. I know it is popular for designers to prefer to design and express in whatever ways we want, but we must learn to be respectful to the culture and the values of different places. And art history teaches you that. Art history shows you the tradition, the beliefs, and the stories that the people grow up with. These are important values that will resonate with them. When you can weave these values into your work will be able to go far.
Hi everyone, Sern here. I'm a film producer. So after graduating from ADM in 2013, I worked in the visual effects industry on shows such as Godzilla and Muppets. And after that, I did a master's in the UK at the National Film and Television School in producing. So I came back to Singapore since 2017, have been working on some films, TV, and commercial projects. A lot of the content that I'm interested in, that I really strive to work towards, is stories about diversity, women issues, and also underdogs overcoming adversities. Usually they are inspired by real life stories. So what I really like about ADM is like two things. The first one is that is the multidisciplinary approach. So as a filmmaking student, I didn't just learn about film. I studied everything from business law, design, Buddhism even in the Asian art history classes, and social studies as well. So all of these really inform the art that I'm making. So as an artist, you need to know a lot about what's happening around you in the world, like current affairs, psychology, anthropology, sociology. All of that really informs and influences the art that you make. So I really think that ADM's approach is really good at grooming up new new artists like us. And the second thing is definitely the network that I managed to build in the university. The camaraderie that I have with my schoolmates, that's really, really great because we still keep that friendship up to today, and we still work with each other up to today. And even the seniors and the juniors, we still work with them, and we give each other job opportunities as well, because in the creative industry you don't really get work through job applications. It's through referrals, and having that network is essential for your growth in the industry.
Hi, I'm Davier Yoon, co-founder of Creative FX, an animation, motion graphics, and visual effects studio in Singapore. I direct videos for ad agencies, production houses, and other organizations for TV, web, and other screens, large and small. I think that the context that I made in ADM helped jumpstart our company. A lot of the initial projects that we did when Creative FX first started out was because our schoolmates recommended us. ADM has always been a special part of my life. I remembered fondly the days in the open lab, frantically completing our animation assignments. We went through a lot, but our camaraderie was strong. I think that the classroom spirit where everyone feels like we're all in it together was really something that I cherished from ADM, and I sought to translate that into my company. I also met my wife, Jane, in ADM, and we've been together for 11 years.
Hi, my name is Rachel and I'm a cinematographer. I graduated from ADM in 2016. One of the main takeaways that I got from ADM was that it provided me space to stretch my creativity. As a person that's trying to be an art practitioner, or trying to hone your craft, or even trying to navigate your way into adulthood, I think space is really important, and ADM really provided that for me. When I say space, quite literally, when you walk into ADM, there's so much light that comes into the area, and you have an endless amount of areas where you can explore. And in that 4 years, it created an environment for me where I could explore and experiment in terms of my work as well. They also created space for you to make connections and to collaborate with different people, and some of that friends have become my long-term creative partners. Having a foundation year also allowed you to learn the different art forms, and that meant that before I started my major in film, I made friends with people that ended up in different majors, and that gave me an opportunity to step back from my work, and it put things into perspective. It also gave me a greater knowledge of not just my art form, but of other worlds in the creative industry as well.
Hello everyone, I'm Qixuan and I graduated from ADM about 6 years ago, and I majored in visual communications. Now at the age of 29, I juggle 2 practices, working as a UX designer full-time, and on the side, I sculpt and show my works as the artist Jimmy Shimmy. For many young creators like yourself, the discovery of who you are is an extremely exciting yet intimidating one. But being in ADM has provided me a safe space to experiment under the care and guidance of a group of very talented and dedicated faculty. It was through the grit of trying and failing and trying again that shaped me into who I am today. Many of my biggest learnings in school were not just from the projects that I had to do, but it was also from my time in the student club, helping out in school camps and activities, taking part in internships as well as overseas exchanges. Many of the friends that I made in school still remain some of my closest friends in the industry today. I know that the school will continue to present you with many opportunities to learn and grow as it did for me. So be excited about this journey that you are about to take. I am sure that with an open mind and an open heart, it will be 4 great years worth remembering. So good luck.
I'm Choo Jing, and I am a multidisciplinary fine artist who works predominantly with photography and video installations. A lot of my works deal with themes of social alienation and isolation. I'm very interested and intrigued by the relationships between people, or lack thereof. most of my pieces reflect upon themes of the uncanny and also voyeurism. Soon after I left ADM, I went to pursue my Masters for 2 years at the Slade School of Art at UCL in London, and I have since been practicing as an artist. To summarize my time in ADM, it would be that of family. ADM was truly like a second home to many of us. We spent so much time in the studios, debating, talking, working together, eating. It was really truly amazing. The professors never hesitated to help in any way that they could. I remember being able to ask them just about anything that came to mind. Our consultations were always very productive. They always went above and beyond their call of duty to push us as creative individuals. I was in my second year in university. My lecturers and professors in ADM always emphasize that as much as academic rigor is important, it is also very crucial that we find a way to establish ourselves as creative professionals beyond the school. So at the end of the day, what ADM really prepared me for was that of the working world, right? The world beyond school. The relationships go a long way. What I would truly hope for is to see the younger generation of creatives really pursuing their passion, coming forward and embarking on their individual journey to make a change in the creative scene in Singapore, to help it grow and become more vibrant. And I truly believe that that journey should begin in ADM.